What's up, everyone? It's Aaron Walsh Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to get straight into it. How I lost 30 pounds. They found me. How I lost 30 pounds. You ready? So if you're like me, you started your fitness journey and people are telling you bulk to build muscle, man. Just eat big to get big. Bulk. So I was like on this bulk that lasted a long time. This is sometime after I started weight training. I started at 13 years old. And unfortunately, with all bulks that are more than moderate, I put on a good bit of body fat. I know I had gained a good amount of muscle, but I've also gained muscle in a calorie deficit before. Now, no, this is not clickbait. This is not a magic pill. This is not a secret formula. This is not new studies that just came out last year or a secret product that I'm gonna sell you for cheap. This is proven, tried and true steps that I actually use to cut down 30 pounds, show more lean muscle, and keep it off, and then since then, gained muscle. All right, so let's get into it. Number one, I ate in a calorie deficit. I'm not sure how people are able to still try to debate the theory of a calorie deficit. It's not even a theory. It's the law of thermogenesis. It's how your body works, okay? So calories, right? There's 4 calories in a gram of protein, 4 calories in a gram of carbohydrates, 9 calories in a gram of fat.
What's a calorie deficit?
I'm so glad I asked, okay? So if you're like me, you had no idea what that meant. Let's say, thinking of a good way to illustrate this. You are Santa Claus, okay? And you drive a tank, all right? You ever seen Santa Claus in a tank, all right? And you're running around, you're driving around, well, you can't run. That's why you need to eat in a deficit, because you're Santa and you want to see your toes again. But you're shooting presents at little kids, all right, out of the tank. It's awesome, but it doesn't have enough velocity to like kill anybody or injure anyone because you're Santa Claus. Now, let's say this Santa tank takes 2,000 gallons of fuel a day because it burns this fuel for energy for the engine to run the machine to operate. Now, in this illustration, the Santa tank is your body. I'm sorry, you're not really Santa. That would have been incredible, but you're not. Anyways, so this machine or your body takes 2,000 gallons of fuel. Well, let's say it's 2,000 calories. Let's say that's the amount of calories you need to operate in a day. Okay, now picture this tank. It's got like these big like luggage sacks full of drums of just like oil or grease. And you're like, oh, it's disgusting. It might be disgusting. But if you run out of fuel, you can pour that into the tank and burn that up as a source of energy so that you can still meet that quota of 2,000 gallons of fuel. In this illustration, the sacks of like oil on the tank is fat stored on your body, okay? So let's say 2,000 gallons of fuel, 2,000 calories. Well, Timmy or Santa only ate 1,500 calories, which is highly unlikely if you are Santa, but let's say you only ate 1,500 calories. Well, your body still needs 500 calories. The tank still needs 500 gallons of fuel to run. So it's gonna take that oil that's stored on the tank, okay? It's gonna take that off, the fat off of your body, and use that to burn for energy. Now, there's 2 different approaches we can do. This is a daily focus, all right? This is my maintenance calories, 2,700 a day. My deficit calories are 2,200 a day. For a deficit of 500 calories, at the end of the week, I'm eating 15,400 calories. That's a deficit of 3,500 calories. Why 3,500 other than it's 7 times 500? Well, around 3,500 calories for most individuals would be a pound of fat lost a week. That slow, steady fat loss is really great and ensures you're not losing muscle mass, but just fat mass. Okay, so a daily focus is I eat this every day, 2,200 calories. Now let's say on Monday and Tuesday and all these days, let's say I burn 250 calories with cardio and eat 250 calories less. Well, eating less and burning more, you add those two numbers together, 250 plus 250, you're still hitting a 500 calorie deficit by using cardio to burn the fat that's on your body, but also eating less to create a deficit. You can have several approaches. Now, a weekly focus, this is an example of a flexible approach. You can see here, 2296, 2094. The numbers fluctuate up and down. It's really great if you want to have less mental stress, in my opinion, more of a social life. You can have more low-calorie days, save some more calories for the weekend so that you're still hitting a deficit at the end of the week, but also, your metabolism fluctuates up and down. So I might wake up a day and I'm like, man, I'm really not hungry, honestly. I drink some black coffee, have a small breakfast. I feel great throughout the day. I just make it a low-calorie day because I'm sure either on the weekend or a day later in the week, I'm going to want to eat more. But here's the main point. Whether it's flexible or not flexible, there's still a deficit. So you're eating less than what it takes for your body to run so that your body's forced to burn the fat that's on it to run and maneuver and walk around and just live. So to sum it all up, whether I have a daily focus or a weekly focus that's more flexible up and down, if I eat this amount in a week, I'm still at a 3,500 calorie deficit. That means I burn that many gallons of grease to run the tank, which means roughly in many individuals, 3,500 calories is around a pound of fat a week, which is a great rate to lose weight. Because if you lose too aggressively, you're going to lose muscle, and you definitely don't want that. So how do we get a zigzag pattern, up and down to meet your caloric needs? There's a lot of calculators out there and they can't nail it spot on because everyone's body is different and has different needs. But I'm gonna put a link at the bottom of the video that's very helpful for individuals starting out. It'll suggest your maintenance, your deficit needs. It even auto-generates like a rough estimate of your zigzag pattern, which can really help you. And it's also got like low-calorie samples of meals, meal plans. It's got some cool stuff in there. I'm not sponsored by them. It'd be really cool if I was, but if I see something that would work for me, I definitely would want to recommend it to you. Number 2, I ate low-calorie, dense foods. You might be hearing this term thrown around in the fitness world and you're like, that sounds great. What the heck though? Okay, so low-calorie, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's food.
That's slow.
Dense foods. All right, so dense means it takes up room in your stomach. It means for the amount of food you're eating, it's not a lot of calories, okay? If you eat more food, it fills your stomach. Your stomach sends satisfaction signals to the brain, and you're not as hungry throughout the day, all right? Things like fruits and vegetables can be great, but it doesn't have to be this super strict, I hate my life kind of diet, First thing I did was I looked for a good amount of protein. Now this is really abused in the fitness world. They're like, I need 2 or 2.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I ate a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And if I didn't do that, it was about 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Why all the protein? So protein affects your satiety. That means you're satisfied. When you eat more of it, your body remains full longer and you don't want to eat as much. Controlling hunger is winning the battle. Whatever diet you do, controlling hunger is how you win and get to your goals. I also look for things with a lot of fiber in them, like Joseph Lavish bread, fruits and veggies. Fiber helps fill you, gives you some satisfaction, satiety again. There's that big word again. I know a couple. Next thing I looked for was some simple carb sources. Like I might chop up potatoes and bake them in the oven, put some seasoning on them because it satisfies your body and you're not as hungry throughout the day. You see, why low-calorie dense foods are so important is because people don't know so many healthy foods that are accepted by mass media and the whole scene of fitness. It's really high calorie. You're looking at peanut butter, nut butters in general, nuts, avocado, olive oil, salmon. You have a lot of healthy fats there, but if it takes up too much of your diet and you eat a lot of that in the beginning of the day, you're not gonna have a whole lot to eat later. So think of it almost like budgeting money. Like if I spend $1,800 at this Gucci store for a new wallet, well, I only got $200 to spend for the rest of the entire day. And that's really going to backfire on you. So that's why reading labels is going to be so important, and really just use Google as your tool. Google low calorie dense foods, healthy foods that are low calorie, ask around. You can find the information if you look for it. So to sum it up, you're going to have to read a lot of labels. What you want to do is just eat and then go to the store. Don't go to the store hungry. Do not do it. If you go to the store hungry, you're going to come out looking like Santa Claus because you're going to buy all kinds of junk. So you want to go in and just start reading labels, and it really opens your eyes. You're like, I've been eating this my whole life. I can't believe it has so many calories in it, and you're going to have to switch out and make better options. So low calorie dense foods means a lot of food with not a ton of calories. Then you can eat more throughout the day and be more satisfied. Number 3. Wherever you're from in your country, I did all of them, so you have no excuse. Number 3, I ate foods that I like. Why are there so many programs where people are like, yeah, I hate all the workouts in this program, but progressive overload, I just gotta do it. Or I hate everything I eat, but man, that's no way to live. And also, if you don't like your diet, you're not gonna stick to it. It doesn't matter how disciplined you are. If you don't like the diet, you will be strong for a certain amount of weeks, and you're gonna just blow all your calories and eat in an insane surplus on the weekend because you're so done with dieting you could scream. So the biggest point is I ate foods that I like. Coming up on the channel, I'll be posting stuff about what I'm eating day to day. I like how it tastes, it fills me up, and if you like what you eat, it makes you full. You really can't lose when dieting. A simple example will be like, oh, okay, broccoli's in this recipe. I really hate broccoli. Don't eat it! Find a vegetable you like. Find fruit that you like. There are so many things, snacks, food groups, proteins that are lean, that don't have a lot of calories, but can really fill you up and make you feel satisfied. Number 4, I was consistent. This is a given with any diet, guys. You can't just 8 weeks, trim down, and then blow up again. If you want to do that, I have no idea why you'd want to do that, because it's just going to mess with your head and lead to all kinds of problems. So that's why I talk about flexible dieting, okay? Maybe you're not eating in a 500 calorie surplus every single day. Maybe the waves kind of look like this. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on, or how you're viewing it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's like a wave pattern. A little higher calories here, 3,000 calories, 2,200, 23. It depends on your caloric needs, but flexible dieting can really save you a lot of trouble and mental stress. Let's say the beginning of the week, you can be pretty strong starting out Monday. You can eat that lower calorie days and still get enough protein to build muscle. And then over the weekend, you can have some higher calorie days, but you add up all the numbers and you're still looking at a deficit at the end of the week. Number 5, I trained hard. This is such a necessary component in any dieting strategy you have. If you want results, you have to train hard, okay? So I did 2 kind of different sides to it, all right? There's the weight training to build the muscle, and there was the cardio to burn the fat and just for overall heart health, I want to live a long time. But anyways, weight training was a progressive overload. That means your progress is always looking upward. So maybe I'm working with the same amount of weight, but I got one more rep that 1 week. I got 2 more reps that 1 week, or I added some weight to my lifts. You're either going heavier, you're overloading your body, you're forcing the muscles to break down and build back stronger to overcome each obstacle you put it through. So you're getting stronger. My next focus was cardio. I did it all, okay? Stairmaster, elliptical, incline treadmill, took the bike out on a ride a lot, especially during the lockdown of COVID-19. I just rode the bike every single day, had a nice little mapping app that gave me a rough estimate of how many calories I burned, but it's 2 different processes. These people are like, I lifted weights, I burned 500 calories. It doesn't work like that. 2 separate processes in your body. Burning fat is one, building muscle is another one. You might burn some calories lifting weights, but it's not going to be substantial enough to put you in that deficit. So training hard was a key component. Lifting weights, getting stronger, getting better, but also doing the cardio to help build that deficit. Also, think of it like this, super practical. If I burn 500 calories a day, I just created a deficit and I can eat that much more. Who doesn't want to eat more? Who is upset when they're offered more food to eat, you know?
Well, unless you're like super full.
But anyways, if I'm eating a 2100 calorie deficit a day, but I burn 500 calories, I get to eat 2600 calories that day. Eating more is fun, trust me, all right? So you definitely want to focus on that. All right, everyone, I really hope this video has helped you. I hope I made sense. Let me know in the comments if you learned something, what stuck out to you. It's my first video, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Got great content coming to you, some workout stuff, training stuff, what am I eating day to day. Great stuff coming up. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe. Have a great day.